I was never good at math. It's okay. All right.
Cool.
How long would you wait to live your ultimate dream? The person sitting next to me today waited 10 years. Welcome to Circle Live. I'm Jessie Karangu, and joining me today is Andre Ingram of the Los Angeles Lakers. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Thanks for having me, man. I'm
Thanks for
doing
coming
well.
through. Thanks for coming through. Tell me, first of all, let's start with what happened for those of people out there who aren't aware of what happened. Just
Yeah.
describe, the exit meeting when you were with
Yeah.
the Lakers. Just describe to us what happened with that.
So, just briefly, an exit meeting is something we do every year. I've played, 10 D-League seasons, and every year at the end of it, you just have a meeting with your head coach and your GM just to say, hey, how did the season go for you? What were you thinking? This and that. And it's very routine. It's very normal. And,
Right.
this time they had a little something special in store for me. They actually ended up calling me up to the Los Angeles Lakers, and never have I seen somebody get called up during an exit meeting. It usually happens during the year, but
Okay.
what happened was I think I'm just about to go home in 2 days, but they surprised me and just tell me that, hey, we had to move your exit meeting up because you're going to play the last 2 games with the Lakers this season.
Wow.
So.
Was there anything weird about the meeting when you walked in that looked kind of suspicious or like it was different?
Yeah, so a couple things, but they kind of prepared me for what was going to be different. So
Okay.
they told me ahead of time there's going to be a camera crew following you, and they
Okay.
said don't be alarmed. It's just because they want to take some things for the website. So
Yeah.
I thought nothing of it.
Right.
So camera crew's there, and we're walking up to the meeting. And when we have normal exit interviews, you'll meet with the head coach in like his small office, and you'll meet with the GM in his office. But this time they got the camera crew, and then we go to this big conference room.
Yeah.
And like not only is the coach and GM there, all the assistant coaches are there. So I'm like, something's going on here, And then of course, the rest is history, man. Magic Johnson walk in.
What is that like? Magic Johnson, one of the greatest basketball players to ever
Yeah.
play this game,
It-
endorsing you.
It's like you think, it's Magic. Like I see him as like you would see him. Like that's
Yeah.
Magic Johnson. Like that's the greatest point guard of all time.
Yeah.
That's my mother's favorite player. My mom and dad's favorite team of the Lakers. Like I had that same reaction. I enjoy watching Magic. I'm a fan, so
Right.
I'm watching this guy come in and delivering my dream, and it's like, man, this is real.
Yeah.
It's so real, but it's happening.
Right, right. What motivated you? What shaped you and motivated you to continue this dream despite the obstacles that you faced?
Well, I mean, I guess the simple answer is I just always wanted to play in the NBA. That was just always the goal for me. So, being stubborn-headed, it didn't happen year after year. I just kept going.
Yeah.
But the true answer and what I try to get out about my story the most is that, during those times, and of course, during those 10 years, I had times where I'm like, man, maybe it's time to do something else. Maybe we need to go this route. Maybe we need to just do something else entirely. Every time I got to that point, like something will pull me back in. So like the part I like to tell people and that I want them to get from the story the most is, like if you're doing something that, number one, is your dream, you're going to go after that anyway. Your dream, you're going to follow that passion.
Right.
But when it's something that you not only want, but something you feel like strongly that you've been led to do as well, like it's going to come a time where you want to go the other way or do something else. I just believe that there is something that will be waiting to pull you back in. My advice is listen to that. Don't shun that off, because like I said, if you want to do it, if you really want it, and if you've been led to do this thing, it's not just a want for yours. You actually feel led to, like, I'm supposed to be doing this. Then there will be something to pull you back.
Might have a second career as a preacher, man.
Ah.
You're preaching for the people, man. I like that. Tell me how you fell in love with basketball. How did that happen?
Yeah. So when I was young, it's like any other kid. You just fall in love with the sport of it. You're enjoying the sport. It's fun. You're with your friends. You're playing. It's, nothing's on the line. As you get older and now you're in college, professional, scholarships are involved, business is involved, money is involved, the sport leaves because it becomes more business oriented. But what I grew to start loving at this age and now is there's the struggle in it. Like when you're a kid, you're not thinking about what your box score is, what your shooting percentage is.
Right.
You're not thinking about how that affects your next season, your
It's just
career.
having fun.
It's just having fun.
Yeah.
When you get to a point where it's a business now. Now it's like, man, every shot, every game, every box score, every minute is accounted for. And when you're in the minor leagues, you need those things to be good. So when they're not good, then you're like, dang, man, I just wasted a night. And, so what I started loving was that struggle. Like, there is no if about it. When you have bad games, you're going to have bad games. You can be the best shooter in the world. You're going to have tough shooting nights. Nothing you can do about it. But it grows you, just as a man, as a person. It just grows you. I grew to love that. And I guess it's true about anything you do. But for me in basketball, I just love that there's so much uncertainty in it. You shoot the ball and you got to let it go. You can't control it when it's in the air. It's going to go in. It's not going to go in.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not going to go in. But,
yeah.
You got to battle that. Well, I want to do something else. Oh, man, it just ain't going to happen. You got to battle that, So that's what I grew to love about it now.
Is that something that you had to do? Like, would you do?
Sure.
Yeah, just describe, like, your lowest point in this journey. Many
of those times, like I said, after a few of those seasons, I wasn't always this guy that was, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. I wasn't always that guy at all. You have to grow into that. Like, you had to have those times where you're like, man, let's just do something else, man. I'm tired. It's not happening. I'm tired. Let's do something else. But like I said, something pulled me back in, so I kept after it. And, eventually you pull yourself back in so much so that you don't need that extra help anymore to keep going. It's like you have no other choice. We just have to keep going and just see how it ends.
Right. Any particular point that I guess you remember and reflect on now that you've achieved this success? Any particular, like, down moment that,
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what happens to, and you hear it a lot when people who've reached their, like, dream place, like, you tend to remember the down moments. It's not the moments where you succeeded along the way. It's those moments where you kind of said to yourself, man, if I can just push through this, something good is on the other side. When you had to talk to yourself like that at those times.
Yep.
Yeah, I had those times. We played in a couple finals in the G League, and I didn't play well at all. Those were very rough moments for me, tough times for me. I think of all those, those pretty down moments
right.
that, kept me going.
Let's get to your first NBA game now.
Yeah.
Tell me, when you're walking in, what is going through your mind?
The word I keep using is electric. It was an electricity there. I could feel it when I went out for pregame shooting, when it was just me. So the way it works is you go out for your individual pregame shooting, then you go out with your team, and then it's game time. And every time I went out, obviously people knew my story because I could hear them chanting, during the pregame.
It was all over Twitter before the game.
Yeah, but I mean, it was beautiful, man. It was like electric. That's the word. Like I may have felt that one other time in my career, where you just feel the electricity of the crowd, and it gets you in that feeling where, like, you want to go, you want to do it. You're nervous, of course. It's your first NBA game. It's your dream place. You're nervous.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I'm nervous, and, let me see if I can do it. Let me see if I can do it. Like that type of nerve.
I mean, you got MVP chants at the temple that Kobe built. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy. When do the nerves then begin to settle as the game is going?
Like for every basketball player, the ball goes up, you start running up and down. That's it. It's basketball. Like, I literally can't hear what the commentator is saying. So, like, I get it, though, because when you go back and watch it, you're listening to the game, like, from a spectator's perspective, and it's like you hear all the buildup and the camera's on you. But when you're playing, like, I didn't know the camera was on me. Like, that camera's far away. I'm not looking at it. Like, and, the commentators, like I said, I can't hear them. Like, of course you hear the crowd, but like, there's a game plan. Like, you have to defend Chris Paul this way. You have to do this to Gerald Green. That's what I'm thinking. That's what's going on in my head.
Right.
So I'm not thinking about how big it is and how big it looks.
Yeah.
So the ball goes up, we run up and down. I'm just playing, like I always, do. You just play basketball.
How's the talks going, I guess, with you and the Lakers? Are you going to be back next year, or what's?
That's definitely the hope. Obviously, the offseason is here, and they have a lot of big plans for the offseason. Obviously, I want to be back with them. They know that. We've already talked. They know me for years, man. And, a lot of those guys and coaches that are with them now, I've been with in the G League. So, it's kind of cool. They kind of got call-ups. I got a call-up.
Yeah.
So, obviously, everything is in L.A. I would love to be back with L.A.
So the G League right now, they're considering, possibly bringing high school players in straight out of high school just to go straight into the G League. As a veteran of the G League, you've been there 10 years, as we said. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's an exciting time. I was telling someone else, like, I just interested to see how it goes. I think there was one other time I can remember. It was early in my career where someone went from high school straight to the D League, and he got hooked on with an organization. Played. I think he even had a call up.
Yeah.
And played, and for a while, I don't know if he stuck or not. But with this situation, it's going to be interesting. It could happen multiple times over. I don't know what's going to happen. I do hope the best for him, and like his case is an experiment almost. Like, is this going to work? Are more people going to do it? I honestly don't know what to say or think about it, just that I hope it goes well for him. But it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I want to play a game real quick. We have a list here of 5 NBA legends in the game. I have their stats here for how they performed in their first game.
How they performed in their first game. Okay,
Yeah,
all right, cool.
I want you to tell me, and I guess make a guess as to whether you scored more or less points than them in their first game. So you scored 19 points in your first game ever in the NBA. So let's start with MJ. Do you think you scored more or less?
Less. Yeah, you can stop. Less.
Less?
Yes.
Final answer?
Michael Jordan, I scored less. Yeah.
No, you scored more.
What?
Michael Jordan had 16 points in his first game ever.
What?
Yeah, he scored more. Kobe Bryant.
More, but I think I know the answer to one.
Yeah, you know that one. You know that one. You scored more. Kobe Bryant had 0 points in his first game.
Okay.
LeBron James.
I remember his first game. He had 26 less.
Yeah, less. 25, yeah.
25, okay.
Yeah.
You own it, boy.
Hey,
you
man,
own
I had
it.
to do my research. I'm sorry.
All right.
Kevin Durant.
I'm going to say less.
More.
Wow, okay.
Kevin Durant had 18 points in his first
18,
game.
okay.
Finally, let's go with Stephen Curry.
I probably have more. Probably.
Ooh, shots fired. No, I'm playing.
No, not at all. Don't
I'm
do that.
playing,
No,
I'm
I wore his shoes. No, I want that to be known. I wore Steph Curry's shoes during both of them Laker games. No, I love that kid.
No,
man.
I'm joking. I'm joking. You had more points than Stephen Curry.
Okay.
You had 14 points. That's
Okay.
that's just for the people out there, in case you guys don't realize how amazing his story is. I mean, that's remarkable. That's remarkable. Tell me, you're an alum of American University here in the D.C. area, which is what brings you to the area in the first place. And part of being a G League player is, you have to be able to manage your money. How were you able to do that? And I guess, what's your advice for, being financially responsible, just for any person?
Yeah, no, I had a lot of help with that. So first of all, from my family, my brother went to college, majored in accounting. My dad does income taxes. He's in accounting. My business manager, my best friend Ramon, he has his own financial education program. So like I have like all the resources around me. So what I suggest to kids growing up, because you don't get those classes in school. You're not taught how to manage your money in school.
No.
Which is why we do the different workshops and clinics we do. But no, I would just say for me it was just simple. Like I was always taught, just save, man, just save. Whatever you make, just save. Whatever you make, put a little bit away. Whatever you make, put a little bit away. I'm talking about you get $10 to when you get $100. Just put something away for yourself. And, you try to live your best that you can off the rest of the stuff. But the key thing for me, what I learned, my first principle was just saving. Just take whatever you get, just make sure you save a little bit and don't touch that at all. And
Right.
You tend to be all right if you do that.
Right. And we mentioned that because he's having a speaker series on June 2nd at Waterfront Hotel in D.C. So you'll be talking about financial responsibility. So that'll be interesting.
Among a bunch of other things, yeah.
We also heard that you recently signed a deal where your story could possibly become a movie or a book. So
it's definitely possible. We've been, like I said, Ramon Penny, my business manager, he's been busier than me these last few weeks. And it's just been crazy how much we've been approached to do certain things, and it's all a blessing, man. It's all just great things. And I mean, it's obviously though uncharted territory for someone like myself. I mean, you kind of go from D League to NBA to this in 2 days. And so, so I mean, all of those are possibilities. We haven't set anything in stone yet for anything or anyone, but I mean, hopefully something happens that at the end of the day, we just want to get the encouragement and the inspiration out. So
Yeah.
whatever form that takes, that's what we're trying to do.
So who do you think would play you best? What actor do you think should play you? I mean, a lot of people said you look a little bit like Don Cheadle. So is that a possibility?
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, I don't know at all. I can tell you this, like back then, friends and I used to say, who would you want to play you in a movie like this when I'm younger? And everybody said Denzel. Everybody. So when somebody asked me that, and this is years ago, I think I was probably in college or something. I was like, well, you know what, Derek Luke or somebody like that.
Okay.
Just because everybody was saying Denzel at the
Right.
time, Derek Luke.
Trying to be different.
In some good movies. Antoine Fisher, I really liked.
It's a great movie.
A bunch of movies that he was in. So
Yeah.
I mean, but obviously now I don't know who.
Would you act in it? Would you want to play yourself?
Oh, nah, man, I don't know. I got too much gray already, man. It'd be worse by the time the movie come around. So nah, it'd be worse by then.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Now that you've accomplished this dream, what's your next dream?
You know what? It was a dream making it to the NBA. The goal now staying. That's the focus right now. And I'm sure, I always feel like, even when you reach something, there's always something more, something
Right.
that you're, striving for. So in no, shape or form are we planning to stop. I'm fully intending to play this season. I'm working out and training now for that case. And so yeah, I mean, making it was excellent. It was something. Now staying is the next part. And
Have you talked to any other teams besides the Lakers?
I'm not even allowed to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still a restricted free agent.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
so,
that makes sense. That
I'm
makes
not
sense.
even
Yeah.
allowed to, yeah.
Tell me what the coolest moment of this whole journey has been in general.
The reach of it all. My wife and I, we share a Facebook account. We don't have any Twitter. We don't have any Instagram. We don't have anything else but a shared Facebook account. So we were unaware of just how many people knew of the story, how many people were touched by it, how far it had gotten out. We just didn't know. But obviously we have family members, my brother and my niece, they keep us up to date with, just, hey man, LeBron said this, Kevin Hart said this, and, Fabulous said this. I mean, those are 3 different industries right there.
Yeah,
It's like, it's crazy, man. And I've just been so appreciative of the positive support for me, for my family. It's been many different angles. The basketball angle, people are proud of that part. The family angle, people are proud of that part. It's like the reach of it all has been beyond what we could have imagined.
Andre, thank you so much.
Oh, man, thank you.
Appreciate you.
It. Yeah,
Appreciate you coming in.
you.
This is Circa Live. Thanks for watching.